So in terms of jobs, in 2022, we had the employment minister, Ignatius Bafwewa, telling us that we have created 5 million jobs.
5 million jobs?
5 million jobs.
I didn't hear that.
And it's all over the place. If you Google, you find it. In September 2022, Dr. Bawumia said we have created 2.1 million jobs. Deputy Minister Rekubobe also reported in September 2022 that we've created 5.3 million jobs.
Can you come again with that?
Deputy Minister, what's his name? Bright Rekubobe, also reported in September 2022 that we've created 5.3 million jobs. Today, Dr. Bawumia says we've created, it says Dr. Bawumia cited data from Social Security, and I'm trying to find a Social Security video of the boss also indicating the number of jobs we've created. Cited from Social Security and National Insurance Trust and other sources indicating that the government has created approximately 2.6 million jobs. All these figures are different. I know Fact Check Ghana, if you go to Fact Check Ghana, they will also tell you all the fact checks and the data that we're giving are false.
Okay, so I've not been able to read the
How many
Fact Check
jobs
Ghana.
have we created?
We have.
And what is the breakdown in the sectors and the impact it has made?
Okay. So I can't speak to all the other figures. I don't know where they gathered their information from, but the official account of the campaign is 2.8 million jobs as
2.8?
2.6. What
2.6.
Yes. What was
so we should take it as a final figure.
Yes, take that as
final
the
answer.
Yes,
2.6.
final figure coming from the flag. That is it. I don't know where the other people
I want.
I don't know where the other people got their figures from.
The other people.
No, see,
Minister. Deputy Minister,
it is possible.
Vice President,
we are talking about direct jobs we have created through our initiatives. Definitely, there are private people in the country that might be creating jobs their own way, which I'm not privy to, so I can't speak to. What I am going to speak to is the jobs we have created.
Yes, the ones you've created. Where are they?
50,000
areas.
Yes, 50,000 jobs in security, 200,000 jobs in the industrial sector, to the factories that have been opened through 1D, 1F.
200,000 in the industrialization.
Yes. 150,000 service sector jobs, 150 through YEA, 100,000 through SME. We've embarked on a massive construction boom where we've constructed over 12,000 kilometers of roads, plus all the buildings that we are doing, the Tesano, Kwabenya, a lot of construction that has gone on, the judges. When you look at what has happened in the past 8 years, it is clear infrastructural development has been on an up and up. And through that sector, we've also employed over 60,000 workers. Even the ambulance service coming to health, even health, just the health sector is over 100,000. Even this year, 15,000 nurses. If you come to the ambulance service, which was non-existent between 2009 and 2016, now we've employed over 2,500 people with training centers there. Fire service came up earlier. Now we have an extra training facility for the fire service in Wungu, training people, employing people. Let me quickly refer to my phone so that it's a fact base that you can definitely refer to.
This is the Napco trainees part?
100,000 Napco.
They are also part of the job creation data we are gathering?
Yes.
Okay.
So let me just find this for you. So this is what I'm trying to find for you is what has been created through the public sector, government agencies creating jobs. So through the ministry, and this is at 2022. So from the security service, we have, at that point, as in 2022, there had been 15,000. But as of today, we have 50,000 jobs in the security sector through the Ministry of Interior. This data is between 2017 and 2020. So I'll find you the updated one and send it to you. So it will not, obviously, from the current 2.6, some would have been added. But this just gives you an overview. So Ministry of Works and Housing has employed, Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources, National Regional Reorganization and Development, Aviation, Transport, Trade and Industry, Sanitation. All of these sectors have...
Sanitation, how many?
Sanitation and water resources, modest figure, 7,414 as of 2022.
And they were put in which areas? Which ministry?
So, yes, if that's the ministry employ them. If you want me to give you more details, you would have to let me come back so that I'm giving you facts.
We're always talking about quantity and we're not talking about quality. It has to, and Doc, you're a doctor, you should know that it's always quantity as against quality. So we're saying that, and that's why I asked you about Napco. If we've counted Napco amongst these work statistics that we've gathered, the Napco, I don't want to call them employees because they are not employees. These are not permanent jobs that were created. These were just engagement within a certain period of time. And they are even still complaining about their remuneration, which is not being received. Yeah. So why are we doing this?
Okay, so when it comes to the issue of Napco, when you are an effort being made is obviously better than nothing. Obviously, I've been able to demonstrate to you where the jobs are. But let me quickly talk about Napco. When I was in Confanoche Medical School, clinical years, we had some Napco trainees there at that time. That's when it had started. We had a gent, I won't mention his name, even though I think he might be quite excited about that, two of them who were working in our labs, Napco trainees. They learned valuable skills at that point, working in the lab, because it was basically on-the-job training. And now these people have been able to find employment because they have gained that skill on the job by working as Napco trainees. So even though obviously we didn't achieve all what we wanted from the Napco enterprise, it doesn't discount the fact that it has helped a lot. Because I'm sure this gentleman that I met in Confanoche is very pleased that at least he has been able to get some employable skills, which he eats with now. Because he's still in Confanoche now and does a lot of private things on the side from his training.
So that's what you should look for. These Napco engagements we had with these youth, how many of them have been able to benefit permanently?
We can definitely look into that. And
so that we just don't lump it all together and tell me 100,000.
Napco is just 100,000 of the 2.8, which I've said. I've told you categorically because paramedics, and you see, when we came into power, we had 50 semi-functioning ambulances. So I don't even know at every point in time how many were able to be deployed. There was the sector of paramedics, you know, it was virtually non-existent. Now we've set up schools. We are training some of them almost every year. People are coming now, 2,500. Okay. We have to understand that development is a stepwise approach. What we need to be able to do as Ghanaians is to be able to see that right now, one government has obviously made a better commitment to these things. And so Dr. Bawumia's wide vision, I spoke plenty going on about a lot of the policies. And all of these things are avenues for job creation. Okay. So based on everything we've done, if we are allowed to build on it, obviously the quality of jobs will also improve. And yesterday, Dr. Bawumia answered that question when it got to the question and answers bits, because something like this came up. We are also hoping to create more quality jobs, which we will do.
Okay, let's go for the video I was talking about when the SNP boss actually, also gave us the statistics about the jobs created. I think we have that video. That's the former SNP boss. So let's have that in it.
We had only had about 14,000 people enrolled on the SNP the scheme as self-employed persons. Today we have about 71,000 people enrolled on the SNP scheme as self-employed persons.
A few moments later.
SNP launched a self-employed enrollment drive, SEED, an initiative which seeks to improve coverage and increase the contributor base of the SNP scheme. Since the launch of the SNEED initiative, some 600,000 self-employed persons have been enrolled onto the program and now have some form of social security cover. Effective 1st January 2024, all pensioners on the SNP pension payroll as of 31st December 2023 have had their monthly pensions increased by 15%.
We had only had about 14,000 people enrolled on the SNP the scheme as self-employed persons. Today we have about 71,000 people enrolled on the SNP scheme as self-employed persons.
All right, so that is the data that was given to us by the SNP boss then at the time, obviously contradicting with almost all the data that was given us by the sector ministers and the deputy ministers and the VP and others.
was talking about privately employed people that's signed on to their informal worker system. So that would obviously be different from jobs created through the government sector and through other private entities, isn't it?
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Are you asking me?
No, I mean from what I watched.
Okay.
From what I watched, what he was talking about was the informal sector, those who sign up onto SNIT as private people. So obviously that number will be smaller. You see, when this issue of figures and things, it doesn't, and it's not even the first time it has happened. In, was it 2015 or somewhere there, Honorable Okujeto came out and said they had created 1.6 million jobs. Minister of Employment said he didn't know where these jobs were. I'm not going to sit here and postulate that at that point any of them was lying.
And we raised the contradictions at the time.
Yeah. So it's probably different data that they are looking at. From just this video, what I got was that the SNIT director?
The SNIT boss
at the time. What he was talking about was the informal, those who are the informal sector that are signed up to SNIT. So obviously that number will be smaller than how many, the formal sector. So if you add it together, then we can make that point. And I don't think at this point the whole conversation is solely focused on the jobs. On the jobs that have been created. It is about the plans. What the people of Ghana want to hear are the plans we have to create more jobs, and about how these plans are sound and are doable.
Yeah, not just that. We also want to know how honest you're being with the people.
And I've given
just
you a
as
list.
you make reference to them in the past.
Yes.
I want to know
So
what they want to
that's
do
why right
in the
now,
future.
what is beautiful
It's the same
is
way
we
we
need to
also
get
want to
the
give you,
breakdown.
we want you to give us the account because you are in government now. So you have to account to us.
So I'm going to send you this jobs data as of 2024 because this is a breakdown, and you can definitely check from these agencies to see what is there.
Right.
If you do it that way, it's much simpler.
Right.